Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Misscliks D&D, the grand finale.
Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da.
Anna has some things to say to us.
Yeah, so sorry, we had some problems with our donation widget, and so the bar wasn't updating. So a lot of you did donate already, and we didn't know. I'm very, very sorry. So I want to give shout outs to those people. First, thank you so much to Jay Criminal, who donated $5. That's awesome. Thank you so much to Beckers32, who donated $100. Thank you, Samuel, so much. Thank you to D McLean. I'm not sure what your screen name is because it doesn't show me here on PayPal, but that's Douglas. Thank you so much for those $5. And thank you to Invoker667, Chris, for $50. And then the biggest shout outs go to our two friends, Stormy Silverblade himself, Mr. Scoots, donated $500 and told us to have a great finale. And then our good friend SS Desto, with a heart Misscliks message, also donated $500. So we just blew past our goal.
It's insane.
Right away. Thank you to Desto and Sir Scoots and all of those people. So we have now raised the donation amount that we're trying to get to $5,000.
It was the actual dream, but we were like, there's no way. That's just too big. And I'm like, the dream is back.
That's awesome, actually.
Yeah.
Only in hour one. You still got 5 more to go.
5 more hours.
I think we can do it. I think the 5K
So we're going to update to like 11K, right?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
And I think we just got more because the total on the bar is showing more than what I just called out. So
if you open the Streamlab, my donation, you'll see the messages as well.
Yeah,
there's
not
some
mine.
messages.
yeah. So it looks like we got one. Oh, from Noor Atta. Hello.
Oh, it's Noor.
She donated 50 and said, congratulations on 5 years of adventure and friendship. I'm sorry to see the channel go, but you guys did good in promoting acceptance and positivity in the gaming community. I wish you luck on your next adventures.
Oh,
Thank you, Noor.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's the one we missed.
okay.
Perfect.
Well,
now we won't miss anymore.
Let us return to Under the Sea, because that is where you are now, being dragged to the depths by mermaids and their pet. Did I get this right?
Yes.
Close enough.
Perfect.
Yeah. Also called Dolphinil in the common tongue.
Yeah. I like to use the original tongue to talk to people as much as possible.
Of course. Yeah. For you and I, we prefer to.
Yeah.
It's just very difficult for me to pronounce, you know.
Yeah.
So you mermaids are dragging them under the water. Where are you taking these captives of your, well, sort of captives?
I imagine that we take them down into our amphitheater,
Yeah.
where as they go further into it's like this bubble, and as you get dragged into it, you can see other people that are also sitting on pew, like little stand, like seats, and they're all kind of like chained to the ground.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you might be tempted, dear reader, to think these are mer people, but no, they are people.
Yes, these are people from above the sea, surface dwellers, who
Yes.
have entered this amphitheater somehow, probably through the water well at the bottom of it, and are now sitting chained to seats where you guys are finally bursting forth and getting a breath of fresh air, or stale air as it may be, and seeing all these chained people. What are your thoughts there, humans and tieflings?
We're still under charmed under the spell, right?
Definitely.
That must be to help them stay sitting down because it's the water.
Good point. I was just thinking it's a very organized society. You know, when I grew up, I actually had my own little goblin slaves. So maybe they use humans as their personal assistants. I used to bring him around with a little chain and feed him strawberries. And
Okay.
meat.
Are we being directed somewhere? Or
Well, I think you guys are pulled out of the water into this air-filled dome. And mermaids, what are you doing with them? Are you going to go chain them up?
I usually let Aquata handle it from here. I'm more of the face of the
Yeah,
operation.
you can go to the stage and you can do your performance.
Oh, thank you.
So why the chains? Is it to keep people down, like Bo said, or is it because you're having plans for these people?
Yes, it's to make sure you can't float away.
Ah, thank you. Yes, we'll take 3, please.
I like motion to them to these 3, like this one, like it's like a bench, and then like there's like 3 spots where they could put their foot down, and then like I wave my hand and like it just latches onto their feet.
Oh, the best seats in the house. We must be special guests.
They have little pearls and seashells around them, so they're quite beautiful. And the stage, I'm like, yes, there will be a show. And I kind of like slowly swim away back behind. And then like, you can take it away what it looks like when you do your performance.
Oh yeah, totally. The curtain comes up and I've got like one big white fan and one big black fan, and they're made out of like seaweeds. So they're like long fronds. And I just start singing. And I just, it continues for a very long time.
You might notice the faces of these other chained up people are this sort of like glazed over, stunned look. It's off in the distance.
Interesting music interpretation. What do you think, December?
I don't know. What do you think?
What is the laughing?
I thought we were there to find. Do you see our friends? Do you see Nielsen?
Is that the goat?
Yeah.
Nielsen.
I look around.
There's no goat here. No.
Do I see Granule?
No, there's no Granule. There's no little Jimmy. There's no Guy Claypool. Just a bunch of dazed faces.
I've never had an ankle bracelet as beautiful as this one, and I really like it, but I also don't know how to get it off.
I tried to get mine off with my strength.
Give me a strength check. Just roll d20 plus your strength score. It's gonna be hard to just rip it off, though.
Yeah. Jen is on that.
30 is actually the exact number you needed. Wow. These are maybe a little bit old. They've been capturing people for probably a long time here. And
Real long time.
You know, the metal and the water, the seawater, it sort of corrodes. And I think you get a good grip and just bust open the manacles.
Whoa!
I'm still under the spell, so I'm like still sitting down. I'm like, oh, I got mine off, but I stay there.
Don't float away, honey.
No.
Don't leave me here all alone.
I'm just more comfortable now.
This interruption is just so rude. Now I have to start over from the very beginning.
I restart the light show.
Good. Thank you.
December is kind of just like picking at her ankle bracelet worriedly, but trying to look like she's paying attention because she perceives that this must be very nice music.
December, you are an assassin, and part of that is picking locks. Are you actually trying to like pick the lock on this?
I think she, yeah. I think so.
Why don't you give me a dexterity check to pick the lock? This one's going to be a little bit easier since you're not trying to just force it open.
Oops. Hold on. Oh no.
Oh.
You get your
Look at the
lockpicks
slums.
bent and broken, and they like break off, and those manacles are locked. Like,
I don't know if this is rude during a concert, but I'm just like, I'm starting to feel really concerned about this ankle bracelet. I can't get it off.
Okay, I take my sword and I put it in between her leg and the ankle bracelet.
slide the sword in here really carefully.
December's like, I'm not, I mean, okay, if you think that's best.
And give me a strength check at advantage, because now you've got some leverage. So that'll be a 2d20, drop the lowest and add the 17, or 15, whatever it is.
Oops.
So 14 and 15 is a 29. So close. It like hinges and cracks, and the sword kind of bends a little bit, but the manacle opens and widens, and maybe December with a dex check can slip her foot out now, but your sword's got a little bit of a to it.
Are you uncomfortable, my dear young December?
Just mentally, emotionally.
Alright, let me help. Can I try?
I stop my performance and I
I
say,
try to break it open.
Aquata, the contestants, the viewers, they're going to cut each other into pieces again. Please, can we assist them somehow to not bleed all over the performance?
She sighs really deeply and then puts the autoplay on for the lights and swims over and is like, "What are you doing?"
Oh, sorry. I have a
Can't you see he's performing? You should be watching.
yes.
Awe
Okay.
of its majesty.
So rude.
December looks to Vivian and Bo and was like, "Am I being rude?"
I'm unsure. I think it's fine. What do
Okay.
you think, Bo?
I think if she's uncomfortable, she should fix it.
That's true. You should be comfortable at all times. Nobody should ever make you feel uncomfortable.
We're watching a concert. You need to be comfortable.
December's just looking back and forth between Aquata and Bo, like, who's right? What do I do?
It's around this time that in through the sea door comes a large fin, and a shark's head begins to poke up. Look around.
I am afraid of the shark.
And then it dips back below.
Oh, another fish.
A bigger one. Maybe he's the master of all the fishies.
Is this a shark that Aquata and I know, Neil?
Yeah, I think you know of the shark.
Yes.
This is the shark that terrorizes your waters and steals your catches and rips apart your nets and sometimes eats your children.
Oh yeah, that shark.
That shark, yeah. Jeffrey.
Yeah, that Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
God.
Shh. Quiet.
Aquata! Jeffrey is here again!
Quiet.
Hey, Jeffrey, come watch the show.
Is he gone?
There's a spot right next to us. We even have some extra anti-floaties for you.
Shh.
I don't know why, but I'm very, very afraid of that creature.
You should be. He eats our children.
Eats fish.
I feel like someday that might happen to me too. And I'm terrified.
He doesn't eat the fish half, he only eats the human half.
Oh my gosh. Then he would eat all of me.
Excuse me.
He would.
All right.
That is why we are keeping you safe here. I look over at you. I can't remember your name.
Octavia.
Octavie.
Yeah, fun. Is this shark like patrolling out around the only exit?
I mean, you can't see it right now. You would have to go take a look closer.
All right. I'm gonna go like approach the sea door, like over like next to it. So I'm like pressed up against the side, like waiting. And then I'm just gonna like dunk my head in real quick. My hair's gonna like float all around like this, and then I'm gonna like whip my head back out and tell them what I see.
All right, you dunk your head in, look about, whip your hair out. The hair kind of flies majestically through the air, giving a big salty sea spray.
Yeah.
But sure enough, on the other side, you not only saw Jeffrey,
No.
but his not only that, but also his mounted knight companion Phineas, who is a human who rides a seahorse.
That
The lance.
dick.
Mm-hmm. Really,
Okay,
the
yeah.
shark ought to be named Phineas and the knight Jeffrey, but somehow those names just never made it.
Human names make no sense.
Do you think that's actually part of the show, honey?
Wait, we don't see it. Just you saw it, right?
Like the shark intervention. Maybe it's to stop the weird singing.
They don't seem too happy about it.
Maybe it's maybe they're also actors.
Yeah, I think so. It's part of the show.
Yeah,
Part of the show, December. Don't worry about the sharky.
I turn around to Aquata and I say, "It's Phineas!"
Oh no. We need to prepare.
The back exit?
Yes. Should we get them all out?
Well, we certainly need to bring some sort of an audience with us.
We can take these three.
I suppose they do seem the most lively compared to all of the other many, many humans we have captured. These three are talking an awful lot.
Just like you. Just like you.
Just like me.
When you say that, I look around and I do notice. I'm like, oh, I thought they were all like that.
So strange.
Strange creatures. I wave my hands like over the ones that all the buckles and like they unlatch, except for the one that was already unlatched. Actually, the one that was unlatched gets unlatched too.
Did I suffer any ill effects from the sword being used against my leg?
I think she bent her sword instead of cutting open your leg. Yeah. I
That's
mean, it's
great.
not ruined, but it's got like a kink to it, partway down the blade.
Good to know.
I tried to bend him back during this whole conversation.
I try and like get it back into place, and you can get, it's pretty good now. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So where does the back exit lead?
Well,
Mermaids?
it's probably a trapdoor in the stage that leads down to the backstage area.
Is
Yeah.
this an aerated area, or is the backstage underwater?
Definitely underwater,
Okay.
for sure. But like Aquata, what was the next show you were planning on putting on? What's the decor down here?
The next one is basically like there's like this chair that is a clam and it opens up and it has like a pearl seat inside of it. And I usually come out of it and I sing and like there's like water that flows out from up it and my hair goes floating in the air.
It's so classic.
So we follow you guys through this trapdoor?
Totally.
Yeah, I'm assuming that he's in front and I'm like ushering you guys in behind, like pushing you.
And we're not even bound anymore. We're just like, oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Seems like a good thing to do.
All right. You head through the underground section, the backstage area, out through the little side door in the alley area of the underwater area. There's a bunch of coral nearby, but it's kind of tightly, and you have to like edge your way through the coral so you don't scrape yourself on it. And as you make it out to here, you can look out to the open sea, and sure enough, there's Phineas and Jeffrey. Thank you. Phineas and Jeffrey kind of lurking around the front door, kind of going back and forth, waiting for someone to dip out through it.
Wait. I will go release one of our other audience members and distract Phineas and Jeffrey with them.
What are they gonna do? Eat
Oh my god, they seeded audience members that were actually part of the show. That's crazy. crazy show story.
So they're not actually feeding an audience member to that shark. It's just a
It must be an
sort of
acrobat.
illusion.
It must be an acrobatic act. Yes.
Yes, it's an act. That's what I look at. I look at Octavia and I'm like, it's an act.
Why don't you feed them actual audience members?
It's the greatest show on the underwater. Like swim off away in the dark.
That's true. I don't think underwater the same legal rules apply. You probably can't feed human beings to sharkies.
I mean, not us, hopefully.
Yeah, not us though. I mean, I'm not a human anyway, so.
Technically, me either.
There's a bloosh as a person goes thrown out through the sea door.
The special effects are amazing. There's red food coloring everywhere.
Just really high production value.
There's body parts floating away.
December is impressed. She's like, that really looks like it would look if someone got eaten by a shark.
Oh, yeah. Slowly, a hand sort of floats over towards you, and you notice there's like a nice gold ring wrapped around one of the fingers.
I try touching it.
Yeah, you can grab it.
I grab it.
You have an extra hand now.
I think that it's a real hand, guys.
You think so? I grab
Smell
it
it.
and like.
It's squishy. It could be just a really good stage effect, though.
What do you think, December?
I come back out through the side exit.
December examines this, smells it. She's like, I could always be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's real.
It's soy. Aquata, would you please?
Yeah. She nods and starts swimming off and trying to motion them to follow her.
I follow.
Hear my voice beneath the sea, sleeping now so peacefully. Let's just keep going all the way. We're gonna run from the shark. Everything is fine right now. We are just inside an act.
Where are you running to? It's the open ocean down here. Not a lot of cover. So where's the spot to go?
Imagine there's a coral reef that we can hide in.
Definitely. I mean, your people are down here. You've got an amphitheater down here. Clearly, you've got some level of civilization. So there's a reef around you. Where in the reef? Are you taking them to a part of your village or your town? Are you taking them to a secret getaway? Are you taking them to the barn and stables on the outside of town?
I think probably not deep within, right?
Yeah, we don't want humans running around the city.
Yeah. I think maybe like you said, the barns outside of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But just enough where we're hidden from view of this giant shark.
Probably the rest of the mer people feel like Aquata and Octavian just play with their food too much.
Yeah.
Totally.
Right on. So you head to the stable and barn, sort of at the edge of the reef, because the seahorses they don't do so well in the actual reef city. The coral's a little pokey. And sure enough, you pop into the stables again through the underwater entrance that opens into an aerated room, and there are the stables complete with hay because the mermaid horses are real horses in the air, and then you put them in the water and they become seahorses. They're transforming back and forth.
Of course.
And as you pop up into the stables here, there is a dark, shadowy form that sort of looks like vapors that are evaporating. It's almost humanoid, but it's constantly in flux with little bits of it coming off. And just on the other side of this shadowy figure is Gran Neil, tucked into a corner, shaking her little bones, and saying, "Oh, I could get some tea, please? I'm so cold. I'm so cold."
We found our friend.
We found Graniel.
This is a friend, right? Friend.
Yeah. Graniel is one of our older adventurers guild.
Is that you, December, and Vivian, and Bo?
Yes, it is us.
Oh, please, save me from this weird shadow creature. It pulled me into the sea.
This creature is indeed weird. Shall I
they
kill
kill
it?
each other? That's weird.
Yeah. The shadow creature moves to the side and like phases into one of the horse/seahorses, which then turns around to face you guys.
Charlie.
I'm not Charlie anymore.
I think I will have to kill this horse in order to kill that shadow creature.
Stay away. If I can capture people from the shore, imagine what I can do to you.
I go over, I'm gonna pet him.
Are you implying that you can more easily capture people from the not shore?
Why aren't you all afraid of me? Are my powers not magnificent and terrible?
You look like a horse.
You also sound quite comical.
Well, it's a horse's voice, of course. They're not terrifying creatures vocally, but I have dark magics that are bound to rip you away.
Ooh, I'd like to see them. You can do that here.
Yes, please demonstrate with performance.
No, I don't think so. And then December just stabs the horse in the neck.
All right, December, I'm going to need an attack roll from you, which is going to be... I'm going to consider this one of those, like, sneak attack sort of things, because you're, like, right next to the horse, and it's not really moving or anything. So give me a d20 plus 6 to hit.
15.
Oh, easy. I mean, you know, the horse is just standing there talking to you, so you can drive your dagger right into its throat. Why don't you roll me a... You know, you are getting a good sneak attack. Roll me a d4 plus 8 for damage.
11.
And let me roll Charlie's hit points.
I imagine also that this is disgusting because stabbing a horse in the neck would result in a lot of blood. So,
yeah.
And especially if we're in the water.
Yeah, it doesn't quite kill Charlie. It brings Charlie down to 1 hit point. But the horse starts to flail and flop and kind of falls on its face while the shadowy creature slips out of Charlie and back to face you guys.
If it is getting out of melee with me, don't I get an attack of opportunity with it?
Yes. Go ahead and make me roll to hit.
Sick. Plus 6 again?
Yep.
$14.
You will stab the shadow, actually.
Sick. Can I stab a shadow?
Yes, please. Give me a d4 for damage. This is not the, like, standing still horse, so just a straight d4.
As long as she does 1 HP.
All right. You hit the shadow, and it begins to just kind of, like, dissipate in the water, like ink being stirred through it. And as it goes, it says, I still have the other 2. And it sort of fades in the water. And you're left with a cowering Grand Neil and a mostly murdered Charlie.
Aquata's like interested and she's like, the other 2 what?
Octavian is terrified.
December like tries to wipe her dagger off, but there's just blood in the water all around, so it like doesn't really do any good. She just kind of like, I imagine that December is standing in like a cloud of blood in the water that's kind of like up to her neck, basically. It's just around her, and she's just kind of like, huh, I find myself in this situation. And yeah. And then she walks over to Grand Neil and offers her a hand, and she's like, we are friends. I have saved you.
Does the cloud of blood just like follow you, or are you just like...
I imagine it's kind of like, you know, she like kind of comes out of it and it kind of trails with her just a smidge.
Yeah.
Why, thank you. This, October? Are you October? I can never quite remember which one you are, but thank you, darling. Thank you so much.
It's not October, it's Octavian. Thank you, though.
Oh, I wasn't referring to you, Scaly Boy. I was talking to the bloody one.
You what? Octavian just looks crushed.
Now, don't pout.
Me because we are friends.
I'm gonna go console Octavia.
Thank you.
We're back, Granil. We figured it out.
I explained to them because they apparently were having like some sort of intimate conversation. I'm like, I have killed both this horse and that shadow creature for our friend Granil. Also, this blood is because I bled out that horse, which looks like it may die quickly.
Yeah, I think in the water, the blood just kind of keeps flowing, and no one bothered to check on Charlie, and now Charlie's just floating too.
Can we eat the horse?
Are you hungry?
I'm consoling Octavian, and I'm like, they murdered Charlie, and now they want to eat him.
And they didn't think I was the most important character.
Now, don't pout. Granule gets up and sort of hobbles over towards you a little bit. Oh. What is your name, dearie?
Is she talking to me?
Yes. You with the fabulous hair.
It's Octavian.
She pats you on the back. Now, Octavian, and you.
Aquata?
I like the scales. They're quite majestic.
Thank you. She kind of like perks up when she gets the compliment.
Are these our friends too? Are we? She looks at Vivian and Bo. She's like, Granil, it's a friend. Are we friends?
The fish? No.
I don't think we can ever be friends with fish.
No.
We eat fish.
Muted again.
Sorry.
At least half of their body I want to eat.
Excuse me,
The
fish.
fish part, just to
I'm
be
hungry, babe.
There is a great ancient saying that has been passed down through generations of mer people. Well, how does it go? Aquata fish are what?
Fish are friends.
Yes, that's it. Fish are friends, not food.
I believe I have heard that adage.
That's it. I remember.
Very popular.
Grandpapa used to tell it to us all the time.
Right before dinner.
Before the what?
Before dinner.
Yes.
What
Do
do
you
you
eat dinner?
I forgot.
Humans,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
but only the bottom half.
This is quite interesting. But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that we were looking for 2 more friends.
Did you not find them?
The goat.
Oh, yeah.
Nielsen. We could eat Nielsen.
What about the horse? I just want to eat the horse.
We could eat the horse.
All right, let's eat the horse. How do we?
I mean, I have killed it, and I shall allow it.
Yeah, that's the rule, right? The person that kills get to decide the fate of the killed person.
Do you have the underwater fire, eternal fire?
Aquata, do we have any sayings about horses?
I don't think so.
Let's eat the horse.
Let's feast.
This is something that friends do. They feast together.
That's
Yes.
true. That's true, December. You're right.
Aquata, you know the great place of underwater fire.
Oh, yes. Take it with you. Let's go.
We shall lead them. Bring Charlie with you.
December just grabs one of the hooves since it's in the water and floating, and she just kind of unceremoniously like drags this horse corpse.
And there's blood just trailing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't
I
care.
don't know how to swim, so I guess we're just like my sword and my shield. I'm using my shield as like a pedal, trying to swim underwater.
You can grab one of the horse's hooves and just trail along.
Okay, I think I'll do that. Thank you.
Oh, I like your technique. Like I could have with my combat shovel. I could also we could create a raft.
Combat paddle.
I'm gonna move
love
back
how
and
December's
struggling to swim, and I'm gonna kind of show them like, no, you have to move your feet like this, and I kind of like show them like how to use push their feet.
Do we have like feet or like?
Or hooves, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, we have like horses' legs or something.
Yeah, we're trying to like.
We're probably really bad. I think we're kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
what
love
she's
how
trying. She's trying to teach you how to like use them to be more fluid.
What is this game? December's like, hey, we forgot to rescue our 2 other friends, and then they're like, let's have a feast and now a swimming lesson.
Listen, it's a multi-step process to recovering friends here. If you can't swim on an empty stomach, and then you have to be able to, we got, there's a couple more steps.
December's like, that totally makes sense. And
Yeah.
it's clear that it doesn't make sense, but she's just saying it does.
To the feast.
All right. Where is this underwater fire?
Oh, it's definitely.
You know those like geyser things that are under the water? That's what I was. Okay, you were thinking the same thing. Those things were like like every once in a while it just blows like hot air up.
Yeah.
So we just and then we get down there and I'm like, now we have to wait.
It's super deep.
And we sit there for like a really long time. And then she's like, now put it in there now.
You float the horse over and the geyser starts shooting and hot air comes out and the horse begins to like churn and cook right before your eyes with this vent. There's all these like shellfish on the side of the vent and these like red parts of them come out to feast on the hot air and the bacteria there.
We are rotisserie cooking a horse underwater. What is this game?
I don't know. I'm just flown with it.
I'm sure
right,
it smells really good, but I can't smell underwater.
Yeah.
Do any of us have like a cooking proficiency we should roll for to see if we cook this well?
How well done is the horse?
Are any of you cooks?
I just grab one leg and I just start eating it.
Full horse legs.
Bo was the hungriest.
Salt encrusted.
It's
Salt encrusted.
It's as tasty as a horse. Yeah.
Of course.
Of course.
I'm satisfied. I'm eating, not saying anything.
But is like the upper body a horse and the lower body a seahorse?
Well, it died before it could turn into its like regular seahorse form when you take it out and about. So I think right now it's maybe like in this awkward stage where like it's got legs, but its midsection was transforming, and the head has got like the horse neck, but then like the seahorse crook for the face, and it's got the distended
So
belly.
it's instead of like a turducken, it's like a
Horse, seahorse-and.
Seahorse.
Yeah.
Oh, you remember when we used to eat like steak and then shrimp?
Oh, surf and turf.
Kind of that. It's
Oh my gosh. Legitimately.
one thing.
Well, I just want the leg and I keep eating.
Graniel, would you like some of this rotisserie underwater surf and turf?
Oh, why, thank you. I would love some. She
December's
goes and
very pleased.
she pulls out of a pocket a set of cutlery because Graniel's very proper, and goes to work carefully cutting off sections of horse and
It starts floating up, and she has to like
tasty.
try to
Yeah.
hit the fork.
Yeah.
December is awkwardly like too intently watching her eat because she's so proud that she has served a dinner to her friend. So she's just like,
Yeah, that's not creepy.
Well, no. I believe that now that we have feasted, it means that we are friends.
Oh. Are we still under the spell? So for me, maybe it kind of starting to wear off.
Yeah, it's probably starting to wear off.
We haven't sang in a while, so
I'll have it.
December was never under the spell. She just was like, okay.
This makes sense.
I don't think I have friends. I don't need friends.
But now that
Don't be silly. Everybody needs a friend from time to time. You can't live your whole life alone. No man is an island. Although
I'm not
women
alone.
sometimes are islands.
But I thought we were friends, Bo. Are we?
I Vivi, is she my friend?
I'd say she's my friend. But maybe she's not your friend. That doesn't mean, like, I think you have a higher standard of, like, friendship. I mean, it took 40 years before we got married.
Yeah.
And before he started trusting me, so...
Yeah, I don't think we're friends, December.
Now,
How long have you?
December looks crestfallen.
Maybe in, like, 39 years.
Now, Bo, how do you expect to do anything in life without friends, What's the point of life without friends?
We do it ourselves.
Well, of course you do, but, friends are good too.
I don't need friends. I've never needed friends. I'll hold this Grand Meal.
Oh, like 90, 95. She's ancient.
She's not like 60.
No. She's like great Grand Neil, basically.
Got it.
Yeah.
We've lived our life I've lived my life 75 years without friends, and I'm doing just fine.
Well, you young whippersnapper, that's never too late to start making friends. They are the prime thing in life. When you're as old as I am and you're on your deathbed like I constantly am, getting up and down from it, you'll realize that friends were the greatest thing. Except for lovers. Second greatest thing in life.
Lovers are better than friends? December's just like very intently like trying to learn.
Oh yes, lovers are friends with benefits.
Oh, what do you do with them?
She looks at the mermaids. Why don't you ask?
I did.
How does mermaid
December just stares at her and Grandiel just stares at her and they're both just staring.
gets to know
Aquata looks at Octavian.
tail and stuff? I got to know.
Can mermaids have benefits?
Well,
They can apply for Social Security if that's what you mean.
Oh yes, healthcare, dental, eye care. Yes, there are many benefits.
Skincare.
Yes.
Workers' comp, too. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. So
A generous mental health policy. But
lovers are people who pay for your health care?
yes, exactly.
That's one of the attributes, yes.
Oh, okay.
not
does
the
sound
prime
nice.
one.
One of
Okay.
the benefits, yes.
I would like to find a lover. That would be nice.
Now that now that we are all friends, what was it?
Virgo.
What was it the three of you need? 4 of you.
We need to find the others. The goat.
The goat. The goat.
And the child, maybe. Maybe also.
The little one.
Little Jimmy.
Little Jimmy.
what is a goat?
And the guy. The guy.
A goat is like a land hippocampus.
Oh,
Yes.
strange. They
A
have land
strange-
versions.
It's truly bizarre.
Well, I think I should go back to the surface before I break a hip swimming, Would you lovely mermaids be so kind as to accompany me to the surface?
Sure.
Well, yes.
Yes.
You don't...
We will
That's
escort.
so nice. What friends? Maybe Grandiel, one of
let
these could
them
be your
go.
lover.
Oh, I would love to have both of them, yes.
They could both pay for your health care.
Oh, I need a lot of health care right now, if you know what I mean.
How are your hips, Grand Neil?
Not the greatest. They're going to need replacements.
We will work on them.
Fantastic. But before we go, let me just say, give you my deepest thanks for rescuing me. Although we've only been friends on this project a short while, I feel like I've gotten to know the two of you very, very well. So I would like to...
It's almost like we have been friends for years.
It feels like that, but maybe it's just because my memory's fuzzy. Anywho, I would like to thank the two of you for helping me return to the surface and for being there for my friends all those years ago, on all those times. It's been a pleasure to journey and adventure with you.
Oh yes, it was It was delightful to nearly kill them.
Yes.
I'm a little sad that we have to let them go.
Well, you know what they say. If you let your lover go and they come back to you, it was meant to be. Somehow it was supposed to be more poetic than that.
What if they never come back?
Oh, well then, who cares about them? There's plenty of fish in the sea and people on the land. You can always get another. Try not to hold
Fair
too
enough.
tightly. Grandiel looks expectantly at December, Bo, and Vivian, like, it's time for you to say your goodbyes to these people too. And thank them for helping you.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys don't know where the others are, I guess we should leave with Grandiel, right? I mean, we have this, like, old people retirement party thing. Like, there's 2 new people joining us next week.
Thank you so much, I guess, for chaining us, kind of.
Well, I mean, it's to let the snot float.
Yeah, sure. I don't know if I believe that anymore.
It was an excellent show. I will highly recommend it on Yelp.
Kelp. No, kelp.
I believe it's
Yes.
Kelp down here.
It is upon kelp.
Yes,
I
Kelp.
love that we all went
It's
right.
actually just a thing where you just write it on a piece of kelp. Like you find it in kelp and you just write it on there.
Yeah, I'm 5-star review on Kelp. Great underwater show. Highly recommended for all ages.
December goes up and very awkwardly places a hand somewhere on both Aquata and Octavio and is like, that was the most beautiful music and the most beautiful show that I've ever seen. I think
Yeah,
it's
we're
also the
crying.
only one, but that doesn't make it any less beautiful, I think. I'm not sure because I actually don't know anything about music or shows, but thank you, and the horse was nice. And she walks away.
That's all we've ever wanted. It's gratitude.
We do it all for our fans.
As I'm walking away, I turn around and I say, "Oh yeah, the horse was nice." And I repeat what December just said, and I turn around and I continue walking or swimming.
Mm-hmm. As the mermaids swim off with Grandiel, and she says to them, "Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead."
No, what is that? I wasn't. Go ahead. I was just gonna say, like when we swim off.
Oh, Grandiel turns to the two of you and says, "Before we get back to the land, could we find some whales? I've always wanted to hear them sing."
Yes, Aquata. Please, would you begin?
Yes. She like swims out further into the sea, and she's like,
And as the whale song drifts through the sea, that volcanic vent that you guys were using that was cooking the horse begins to backflow, and all of a sudden there's a lot of pressure coming down, and the three of you get sucked into the lava vent and pulled away.
Oh my goodness.
Drama.
Yes. So we will come back with the next part of our adventure in a few minutes. But for now, we're going to say goodbye to Stephen and Maggie.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
guys for
Stevie.
coming to play with us.
Thanks for coming.
You guys
awesome.
were great mermaids.
It was
"Thanks
a
for watching
blast.
our show."
And,
It was a great show.
And
The inside jokes just flowed. I didn't think about how many inside jokes 5 years of D&D will bring.
Right?
Mhm.
So sorry if you're tuning into this and you've never watched Misscliks D&D before, because we're cracking up about stuff that you're probably like, what?
And we'll be back very shortly with guests from Cybersmile to tell us more about the organization that we're raising money for today. So see you shortly after the break.
Yes.
But before that, can we hear from Stephen and Maggie about their D&D, where you can find them? Because part of this stream is like, hey, this is our last stream here, but all of us are doing other things, so you can go watch us all do other stuff. let's start with Maggie, because Maggie had a big show reveal today, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Sounds of Silence, which is our Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition, just launched during the same time as this, so I didn't want to promote it. But yeah, it's been pretty awesome. We've been planning that and plotting it for a really long time. So if you want to check out some more of the stuff over at Roll For It, I help manage that channel, and we have some really amazing people over there who create heavily RP content. We sometimes go without rolls. And you guys can find me at twitch.tv/Margaret Crone in all the places. I do a ton of tabletop RPG stuff. So if you're interested in that, I got you.
All right. And Steven, where can we find you?
Awesome. These days, the most guaranteed place to find me is on Twitter, twitter.com/silentosiris. The O is 0. I currently don't have any other shows active right now, but there are some exciting things brewing under the surface. So I can't wait to tell you more of what's going on with myself and Dungeons & Dragons. So if you're interested in that sort of thing,
want to know.
Give me a follow. It's super dope. I'm so stoked. I can't wait.
Anything Steven does is dope.
Totally. Incidentally, Roll For It, really cool crew. I did some stuff with them a few months ago, so highly recommend you give that channel a follow as well. And to everybody on Misscliks, Anna, Jen, Stephanie, and Neil, obviously, thank you all so much for the years of fun. It was really a treasure to be a part of your community. So thank you all very much.
I still tell the petrifying story all the time.
It's just great.
Thank you guys for being a part of Misscliks.
Thank you.
You guys are awesome.
Don't
Love
tell
it,
anyone, but you two are my favorite guests.
I'm going to say that to everybody.
So,
Yeah, I literally am going to say that to everybody else.
I know Neil too well.
Really quick, one last thing before we do go to break. Wanted to read off some of the donations, if that's okay.
Yes.
And we already hit over the goal that we started with, so that's awesome.
Do you want
we
to
are-
read them off after we come back from the break, since we did that last break?
Sure, I can do that.
Okay. We're going to go to break, and we'll be right back, so don't go anywhere. Bye-bye.
bye.